Hello everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm excited to share a heartwarming story with you titled, Henry the Diapered Gentleman. If you enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Of course, if it's not your style, feel free to skip it, no hard feelings. Now, let's begin the story. Henry, my beloved feline companion, has never been a typical cat. While other cats spend their days climbing curtains, chasing shadows, or knocking random objects off tables, Henry seems to have developed a taste for the unusual. One fine afternoon, as the golden sunlight streamed through the windows, I decided to try something a little different. I put a tiny diaper on Henry. Yes, a real diaper, soft, white, and slightly oversized for his round little belly. To my surprise, Henry did not protest with his usual offended meows. Instead, he simply blinked at me with his big, curious eyes as if to say, "Human, I'm far too dignified for this nonsense, but I shall humor you." And so, there he was, lying on the floor in the middle of the living room. Henry, the majestic cat, transformed into Henry, the diapered gentleman. His fluffy tail poked awkwardly out of the back opening, swishing lazily as he stretched across the cool tiles. If cats could roll their eyes, Henry surely would have. He looked both ridiculous and absolutely adorable, like a baby who had somehow been crossed with a royal aristocrat. Once Henry had adjusted to his new attire, he carried on with his favorite hobby, doing absolutely nothing. Sprawled on the floor like a king resting after a great banquet, he let out a deep sigh and closed his eyes. His paws twitched occasionally, perhaps dreaming of chasing birds, or perhaps imagining himself on a catwalk where diapers were the latest trend in feline fashion. Every time I walked past him, I couldn't help but laugh. The sight of Henry, usually such a proud, elegant creature, lying belly up in a diaper was the sort of comedy no movie could beat. At one point, he stretched out so dramatically that the diaper crinkled, and the sound sent me into uncontrollable giggles. Henry opened one eye and gave me a look that could only be translated as, "Laugh all you want, human. I am comfortable, and you are jealous." The funniest part was how completely unbothered he was. He didn't try to wriggle out of it, didn't fuss, didn't run away. Instead, he seemed to enjoy the comfort, as if the diaper was a luxurious cushion designed just for him. In Henry's mind, this wasn't humiliation, it was innovation. Why should kittens have all the fun? Why should humans be the only ones to wear strange clothing? Henry was a trendsetter, a pioneer in cat fashion. The day continued with Henry napping, rolling, stretching, and occasionally flicking his tail, all while remaining the picture of diapered elegance. Friends who came by couldn't believe their eyes. Is your cat wearing a diaper?" they asked, half shocked, half delighted. I proudly replied, "Yes. And doesn't he look dashing?" Of course, Henry ignored all of us, too busy basking in the sunlight and enjoying his carefree afternoon. Watching Henry, I realized something profound hidden within all the humor. Cats, in their natural simplicity, remind us of the joy of just being comfortable. Henry wasn't worried about how silly he looked or whether people would laugh at him. He simply embraced the moment, enjoying the softness of the floor, the warmth of the sun, and yes, even the snug fit of his diaper. His calm confidence and refusal to care about others' opinions was both hilarious and inspiring. By the evening, Henry had become the star of the household. His diaper had turned him from an ordinary cat into a symbol of humor, comfort, and unapologetic individuality. As I watched him curl up for yet another nap, I couldn't help but admire him. In his own way, Henry had taught me that sometimes it's okay to look silly, to try something new, and to embrace comfort without shame. After all, life is much more enjoyable when you don't take yourself too seriously. Henry the diapered gentleman had proven that even the most ordinary days can become extraordinary, with a little creativity, a lot of humor, and a cat who is always willing to play along. In watching Henry lie calmly on the floor in his diaper, we're reminded of an important truth. Sometimes, life is about embracing comfort and joy without worrying about how others perceive us. In modern society, people often feel pressured to present a perfect image, whether through social media, career achievements, or appearance. This constant concern for how we look in the eyes of others can be exhausting. Henry, however, didn't care if he looked silly. He simply enjoyed the softness of the floor and the snug fit of his unusual attire. His attitude teaches us that confidence isn't about perfection, but about owning who we are in any circumstance. In daily life, we can apply this by choosing comfort when we need it, laughing at ourselves instead of being embarrassed, and remembering that self-acceptance is more valuable than external validation. Whether it's wearing clothes that make us feel cozy instead of fashionable, trying new hobbies without worrying about judgment, or simply slowing down to rest, we can all learn from Henry's unapologetic relaxation. True happiness often comes when we let go of fear, embrace the present moment, and allow ourselves the freedom to just be.